Have you ever walked out of a professional development session and thought, well, that's an hour of my life I'll never get back? If you're a teacher, chances are you have. And here's the thing. Most professional learning fails for one simple reason. It focuses on information instead of implementation. Today, I want to talk about how to teach teachers. Because whether you're a department chair, instructional coach, administrator, mentor, teacher, or simply someone leading a PLC, your job isn't to deliver information. Your job is to create change. Let's start with a hard truth. Teachers are some of the toughest learners you'll ever teach, not because they don't want to learn, not because they're resistant, but because they're experts. Think about it. A room full of teachers contains hundreds of years of combined classroom experience. They've seen initiatives come and go. They've heard the buzzwords. They've survived the educational fads. So when you stand in front of teachers, you're not teaching novices. You're teaching professionals. That's why the first mistake many presenters make is assuming they need to prove how much they know. The best presenters do the opposite. They spend less time showing how smart they are and more time helping teachers solve problems. Before you teach anything, answer this question. What problem does this solve? If you're teaching co-teaching strategies, don't start with definitions. Start with the challenge. Maybe teachers feel like one person does all the teaching while the other circulates. Maybe co-planning isn't happening. Maybe special education teachers feel underutilized. Maybe student engagement is low. Start there, because once teachers see the problem, they're more likely to embrace the solution.
The second mistake is overwhelming people. We've all been there. 50 slides, 30 acronyms, 10 new initiatives. By the end, nobody remembers anything. Research consistently shows that people learn best when information is chunked into manageable pieces. Instead of teaching 6 co-teaching models in one session, focus deeply on 1 or 2. Instead of providing 20 strategies, provide 3. Depth beats breadth every single time.
Now let's talk about engagement. One of my favorite questions to ask presenters is this: who is doing the work? If you're talking for 45 straight minutes, you're doing all the work. The participants aren't. Learning requires thinking. Thinking requires participation. So build opportunities for teachers to discuss. Have them analyze student work. Ask them to solve a problem. Give them scenarios. Allow them to collaborate. The more participants engage with the content, the more likely they are to remember it and use it. And that brings us to what I believe is the most important part of professional learning: application. Every session should answer the question, what happens tomorrow? Not next semester, not next year, tomorrow. If teachers leave your training and cannot identify one thing they will do differently in their classrooms, the session wasn't effective. Great professional learning creates immediate action. Maybe it's trying parallel teaching. Maybe it's implementing a new accommodation. Maybe it's restructuring a small group lesson. But there should always be a next step. Another thing I've learned is that stories matter. Data is important. Research is important. But stories are memorable. Teachers remember examples. They remember classroom experiences. They remember moments when something worked or didn't work. When you're teaching adults, don't just tell them what to do. Show them what it looked like when you did it. Talk about the successes. Talk about the failures. Talk about what you would do differently. Authenticity builds credibility, and credibility builds trust. Finally, let's discuss something that doesn't get talked about enough: respect. Teachers know when a presenter respects them, and they know when a presenter doesn't. Respect their time. Respect their expertise. Respect the fact that they are balancing lesson planning, grading, parent communication, meetings, behavior management, and countless other responsibilities. The goal of professional learning isn't to add one more thing to a teacher's plate. The goal is to make the plate easier to carry. That's the mindset every presenter should have. So if you're preparing to teach teachers, remember these principles. Start with a problem, focus on implementation, keep it simple, make it interactive, provide immediate next steps, share real stories, and respect the professionals in the room. Do those things, and you'll create professional learning that teachers don't just attend. You'll create professional learning that changes practice, and when practice changes, student outcomes improve. And at the end of the day, that's why we're all here. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with another educator. Proud to announce that Dr. IEP Hero has officially partnered with Everyday Home Supply. At Everyday Home Supply, you'll find carefully selected home, beauty, wellness, and lifestyle products designed to make everyday life a little easier and a lot better. I'd love for you to check out our newest partner project, explore the store, and share it with someone who loves finding great everyday essentials. Until next time, this is Dr. IEP Hero, helping educators make a difference one student at a time.